Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, with my Bayesian brothers. Well, two of my Bayesian brothers from Bayesian Reds TV, where we discuss all things Manchester United and all things Liverpool. Manchester United drew with Liverpool, won their first game. Ten Hagless. You know what I'm saying? Premier League game. Oh, it feels great. Oh, Lord of mercy. You know what I'm saying? Free Independence Week, even though it's longer than a week. We are free, people. Free at last, free at last. And unfortunately, Liverpool coming from a goal down at home to Brighton to win the game 2-1 as well. So let me get Barnes and Pops in the building as well. Yes, man. What you man telling me? You man good. What's going on? What's going on?
All good, bro. All good, bro. I see you
Yes,
smiling. Your handcuffs off. You out your dungeon. You smiling big. I like it. I like it.
It's great. It's great. Oh, because you know what's crazy? The last show we did before we got sacked was this show. That was the last show. And you man was running bants and running jokes about it. And then I woke up the next day to the news that he had gone. And it's like, yeah, man, you can drive that bus out of Manchester. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's brilliant. It is brilliant. And happy belated birthday to you as well, Barnes, man. I hope you had a blessed day and everything. So you lot, happy birthday shouts to Barnes in the chat. Happy belated. Pops, what you telling me, my guy? You good?
Oh, Michael, you so excited, man. You said that you drew with Liverpool. You drew with Chelsea, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, correct.
Camera.
Oh, did I say I drew with Liverpool? My bad. Chelsea, my bad. My apologies. Manchester United drew with Chelsea. I apologize, people. Liverpool won against Brighton. That's what it is. That's just the sheer happiness. You know what I'm saying? And just glee. That's what it is.
You so giddy that had gone.
Oh, it's great. It's great. And people want me to be upset about us drawing to a team that are better than us. That's what don't make no sense. That's what don't make no sense to me whatsoever. It's like, yo, Chelsea are a better side than us. And people are mad that we drew. It's like, all right, but if we would have went there and got slapped, they would have complained. It's like, yo, realize where we are and who we are. Now, we're Manchester United in name only. But yeah, I correct myself, people. Manchester United drew to Chelsea 1-1 at Old Trafford. Liverpool won 2-1 against Brighton. Big up to everyone in the chat already. Oh shit, did Mo raid? Large up Mo for the raid, man. Big up Judge Mo for the raid each and every time as well. Big up A Solomon for becoming a member. I think you rejoined. A Solomon, big up. I've not got the other screen up yet, so I'm not sure what level, but I appreciate that. Big up to Fox, says, yo, flawless these streams. Fire Yardman edition was entertaining. Let's see how the Bayesians do. You already know, man. Make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. One of the mods, be kind enough to put the link in the chat, and I'm going to add it to the title as well. Sunshine, she said she got beef with the Bayesian duo. That's no surprise because she got beef with me as well, you know what I'm saying? Just no class. I was saying, United fan, but other than that, yeah. You already know. Big up to X, Michael JK as well. Ryan here hating. Hey, big up to YG in the cup. But yeah, we'll start with your mob. Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. Brighton actually took the lead. It was a good game. I watched it. I did a watch along for it. And Brighton played very well in the first half. Didn't take their chances. You lot turned it around. Barnes, your thoughts?
Yeah, big up to Brighton. They played a very, very strategic game after playing us in the League Cup in the middle of the week. The manager implemented some other stuff to negate us. We did not look good in the first half. We couldn't keep a ball. We couldn't play a pass. It was difficult to watch. And then Mr. Locke went into half and came back out. We down 1-0. Made some adjustments. Made some timely substitutions. We started to play better, passing the ball, holding possession, pressing better. And then we got our first goal to equalize. And then, as Pop said in our watch along stream, it's bang, bang, 2 goals that we got to get in a row. Literally 2 seconds later, Mohamed Salah, top bins, doing what Salah does.
Binsed it.
And we saw it out. What Brighton coach went and did after we were up 2-1 is that he went and brought on Indringa, and Slot then countered that and brought Salah off and brought on Bradley and negated him immediately. He was doubled. He was not even an option at that point in time. And it just killed the game. It completely killed the game. So spot on for our manager to actually seeing it with a quick pit winger and negate it right away with Trent and Bradley combo. And hey, 3 points, man. Top of the league. And before you can pass on to Pops, Arsenal, you puss holes, hold that.
Don't worry, man. We gonna get to Arsenal. How's our way? Pops, what you saying, man? Thoughts on the game? Must be pleased with the win. Must be pleased to be top of the league. Talk to us.
Yeah. Not a good first half, but the funny thing is, everybody was talking about Brighton missed their chances. Nunes had the first one-on-one chance in the game.
Yes.
Earlier, when he beat his own man, cut inside and then smashed it at the keeper rather than scoring. I know that Ruta had a one-on-one after he was slid through one straight ball, which really annoys me. One thing that annoys me most about football is when one pass cuts everybody
Just
all the way
one.
through the middle and just one-on-one. He said himself, seriously, a Stoke, one over the top and that's it, we done. I mean, Van Dijk did just enough to get back at him and then Kel stood tall and blocked it. But I think that was the one. And then the guy, Kadaoglu, had an opportunity with a volley that went over the top as well. So I think people were saying, well, you could have been down 3-0. And I said, all right, well, okay, if every time somebody gets opportunity, you consider it a chance to score, then I guess that's what it is. But then Nunes would have scored as well in the same vein. And that's not how football is. You take your chances, you don't, then you get punished. Second half was you could see that the coach made a change formation-wise. The 4-2-4 to me was getting a little bit too exposed. Again, I don't like the idea that you got too many in the middle part, because usually what I see teams doing is inverting at either left or right back and making it a 4 in the middle against R2, and then you're struggling. It looks all right when you're defending if you slide back to a 4-4-2, which is old school football. You add your two wingers and then you're defending with a proper bank of 4. But I mean, it is what it is. Quality finishes ultimately. Gakpo curls one in and then Mo does what Mo likes to do, having just missed the golden opportunity where there was some good football and he was in one-on-one and tried to be too deft with a chip over the keeper. 3 points, 1 loss, 1 draw out of 10 games. Couldn't ask for much more than that. Still a little pissed that we lost to Forest, and I know that the coach is mentioning it still, because you think about that now, all of a sudden you got a little gap, people looking at you a little differently. Yeah, and it's funny the idea that we haven't played anybody, all the nobody suddenly are at the top of the table, because Forest in third, Chelsea hanging around
you
not
play teams
Arsenal hanging around there. So the idea that Bournemouth hanging around and just beat City. So just the other day we haven't played anybody, but I get with the narrative, whatever it is.
Okay, that's what happens. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you at the top, you're gonna be shot. Especially
that's why we got bulletproof vest, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
Just bounce off.
Are people still gonna shoot? You know what I'm
saying?
That's just what
agreed.
It is.
Agreed. I can piggyback there with what Pop said. 4-2-4 annoying me, to be honest with me. Okay. To be honest, because it really exposing our midfield and we get a run pass a lot. I'd like him to slow down on the 4-2-4, to be honest with you. And it seems that when we started with a 4-2-3-1, we hold a lot more control of the game. And when all the games that we started out with a 4-2-4, Arsenal, this game, we get run out in the midfield. So yeah, I understand Chelsea. The strategy behind it, but I don't want to start the game out with a 4-2-4. I'd rather start it with a 4-2-3-1 and have some control in the midfield and control the game before we even go to the 4-2-4 press, to be honest. Because if you get bypass in the midfield, you're done. You're done like dinner, and then your defenders are working extremely hard to not concede a goal. But that would be the only thing. And then somebody asked a question.
Yeah, feel free if anyone in the chat gets to it. And you lot, run up the likes as well, because there's over 300 of you lot in here, and we're only at 28 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes, man. Let's get up to 100 likes, man. Like, hit that like button, like check 1 2 1 2, and subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title. Click the link and it opens up a new tab. The link's also underneath in the description, not just on this live stream, every other live stream on the channel as well. So subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Links in the title, people. Yeah, go on, Barnes. Carry on.
Yeah, it was Warrior that asked the same. It was the same thing about the 4-2-4 press. Yeah. So, yeah, I just addressed that. Yeah, I am a bit annoyed about it, concerned with it. I think it could be implemented sometimes during the game, but not let it be a focal point at the very start of the game.
No, that's fair. That's fair. What are you saying with it, Pops, in regards to the 4-2-4? Would you like to see it, like, I know you mentioned it, but would you like to see it, like, be abandoned altogether, or like used at certain times, or just for certain games, for example?
It's horses for courses, man. Just like the players, you got different players for different matches, and it fits. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. When Jota was playing and Szoboszlai was next to him, they looked like a better understanding. Nunes and Szoboszlai don't look like they have the same understanding. And it looks like they're guessing. And if you're guessing on the press, that means I already beat you then. Because if one goes and the other one ain't following, essentially all you're doing is just running behind one another. And very quickly you open up that space for the men in the middle. And you got Gravenberch and McAllister that either are too wide apart, then you're coming straight up the channel, which happened a couple of times. And if you're playing with the three, obviously you got 6 deep and you got 2 next to him. Immediately a straight ball gets cut out. But it has worked. It has worked. So you can see why he's doing it. But it's something that is new. The one thing I have to say is that this is one game against all these teams. Brighton's the only team we played twice this season, but this is Locke's first game against everybody in the Premiership. So all he can do is pretty much just watch video on what he's seeing currently this season and try to figure it out. So this, to me, there's still a huge work in progress, and to be 8-1 or 1 after 10 games, can't really complain. I mean, like I said, they still upset before us, but you can't really complain. And other teams are looking at us as well. So they're watching our games week after week and saying, all right, this is what they're doing. Because against Chelsea, they moved Reece, to me, into a centre-back position and used Gusto to invert and add an additional man in the midfield. And they were winning the midfield battle because they had the extra player in the middle part, which was smart. Because ultimately, we only playing with one sort of striker. And as it stands with Nunes, to me, he's almost not even quite a striker. He's almost like a false nine because he's doing a lot of work going back in the other direction as well.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair. And big up to my guy Sheik every single time. Shouts to Sheik. He was on Judge Mo's channel. Big up to Sheik.
Big up,
carry
Sheik.
on, Pops. Go on, Pops.
Brighton are a good side, though. Now, I mean, one thing that we like to do when we talk about football is we big up only our side and never look at the other team you're playing against. Brighton are a good side. And the fact that he had Baleba, Adringa, and Lamptey all staying on the bench, he's saying to himself, and Evan Ferguson, this side actually quite deep. They are quite deep. I don't know how well they do overall in the season, but when you look at them, they're quality players in different spots. You say to yourself, well, yeah, Matoma, again, is a quality player, you know that already. Ruta should have done better, but he looks physical and strong in the middle there as well. Defensively is their issue, because later in the game, to me, it looked like they started to lose some of that structure, some of that focus. We were able to control a lot more of the ball, and we were able to then take the lead and then pretty much just defend to the end of the game. Because Kelleher probably had one save after the 60th minute, and that was
they didn't really pose too much of a threat. Yeah, they didn't pose too much of a threat like late on in the game, and they have struggled defensively. I've watched Brighton, I've watched them against you lot, watched them against Spurs, watched them a couple other games as well, and even though they're good on the ball, getting forward and creating, when it comes to defensively, they can be good. At Chelsea, that was another game I watched them as well. So
yeah, it seems like in the second half they run out of gas, to be honest with you, and they've looked like that over the last few games, especially when they play the top side. They come up flying, and in the second half they kind of not on the boil as much, and then their energy levels not meeting where it's supposed to be, and they can't see out a game, they concede, they either lose a game or to draw a game when they shouldn't have drawn the game when they had possession and control in actual games. Yeah, Brighton can be a tough for anybody, to be honest with you. That team's, and they control possession. They're a ball possession team, right? So you have to expect them to hold possession, and they have techers. And who knows where did this manager come from? He was in the second division in Germany or something like that, I heard.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, something like that. 1 second. Let me actually do my research and see what's this now. Yeah, Fabian. Yeah, let's see. Where
he was second division of Germany.
Yeah, he was in the second division. St. Pauli, and then I can't even pronounce the first team he was at.
And never coach a big squad and coming to Brighton in Prem in first division and coaching like this. That just goes to show how horrible Ten Hag is.
Oh, we gonna get to that. Absolutely. That's a goddamn lutely. But yeah, he was. Yeah, he hasn't managed anyone that was in the German second division. Yeah, you're right. I'm just looking there at his career. He played also as well. I didn't even know he was a former player still. Came through Bayern Munich's youth academy.
That's mad flawless. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Absolutely. And Kaneki saying he got that St. Pauli promoted. Hey, props to him. Yeah. That's who we're talking about, Warrior J.
Yeah.
Fabian, I can't even pronounce his name. Is it Herzler? Yeah.
Herzler?
Herzler.
Yeah. And big up to A. Solomon as well for gifting 5 memberships. Hey, A. Solomon, man, you're a real one, man. Absolutely. You lot, if you gifted you one, make sure you say thank you in the chat. Smoke emojis, fire emojis, W's in the chat for A. Solomon as well for gifting 5 memberships. Hey, A. Solomon, you're a real one for that. Bless up. Much appreciated. Let's run up these likes, man. We're still not at 100 and there's over 300 of you lot in here. And subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Links in the title as well. But it's all going swimmingly well, like, for you lot. Obviously, minus the blip against Forest. Could argue maybe the Arsenal game, but you lot did well. Barnes, you've already said it in regards to the league. But Pops, what are you saying? You getting more confident with the league now, 10 games in and being top? Or is it still firmly feet on the ground?
Nah, still feet on the ground. I mean, prediction at the beginning of the season was this team can win. I predicted for us when we did our show, we can win the title. And that's not to dismiss anybody else. It's just looking at I look at Verge, I look at Ali, I look at Mo. That's the spine of a team that can win. If I can keep all of them fit, I add Kanate to them, I add Gravenberch to them, I add Chota, whoever else, the pieces I can add. If I can keep them fit and add them, why not? No,
that's fair. I know you
but 10 games in, as I said, it's just for us.
Yeah. And that's ingrained in the manager's head. He don't want to see a game like Forest again because he keeps talking about it game in, game out.
Referencing it.
He's referencing that.
Is he mentioning it a lot? Okay, obviously I won't watch
every game. Flawless. Every single game he is referencing that Forest game. It ingrained in his head right now.
Yesterday,
it's pretty crazy.
Yesterday he said, "This is the worst half. Don't do it again."
Yeah, he said it again.
Half. Referenced as the worst half. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like his ruthlessness. I'm not gonna say I don't. I actually like his honesty. I like his ruthlessness. I like his tactics. I like his substitutions. Klopp is a legend, but there ain't a Liverpool fan out there that's saying that they miss Jurgen Klopp right now.
Hey, that is true. That is a valid point. As much as he was a legend for you lot and did what he did, that is a valid point.
We gotta call a spade a spade.
The history of the club dictates that's how we operate. No one was crying when Shanks passed it to Paisley. Shanks himself might have been because he was still coming around the club, but it's on to the next one. The club moves on, you move on with him. But Klopp himself said it. History is the backpack. You gotta put it down.
Yeah, I like that bar.
Put the backpack
That's a
down.
bar, that.
Forget. Yeah, man. Forget what's gone behind you. Look at what's in the future. Yeah, man.
I fucks with that a lot. Heavy, it's very, very heavy. Like I really do. That is fire. Travis is saying there I miss Klopp a lot, but you doing well, Travis. Unless you're presuming you're a Liverpool fan. Like, yeah, you doing well. Like, are you missing him? 10 games played. You know what I'm saying? 8-1. Drew against Liverpool.
Helter Skelter. They miss that Helter Skelter. That because on the counter sometimes you'll see us stop rather than just go 100 miles an hour. They literally stop and look for an extra pass rather than the eye of the needle pass that you would have seen before. But you got different players though. The red arrows were the red arrows. You're never going to see that again. You're never to me. I can't see Salah, Mane, and a Firmino type trio. I don't think we'll see them again.
Agreed.
So you appreciate what they used to be and you look for something else. Too many people are saying, well, Lucho has to be Mane because Salah's still on the right-hand side and now we're looking for a false nine. And saying, you can't just do that. No winners superimpose their last winning team onto the current team and said, oh, well, you're not going to be Ruud van Nistelrooy. Oh, no, you're going to be Wayne Rooney. Oh, no, you're going to be Patrick Vieira. No, you can't do that. That's not how it works.
Now, you're right. But people always live in the past, obviously, as a Manchester United fan, because of legends. People just get attached. People just get ridiculous. And it's like, no, it's like, yo, what happened then is great. Fantastic. Whether it's a player turned manager in an Ollie situation, whether it's Ruud now, fantastic. That doesn't mean that, you have to judge them as a manager. Don't judge them as the player manager. No, you're the manager now. So you have to judge them at manager standards. As a manager, if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. That doesn't take away from what they did as a player. Don't take away from that whatsoever. What they did as a player is certified. Like you said, history. That's cemented without doubt. But what are you now doing as the manager? And people just really just can't accept that a manager's not good enough. I don't know why
Yeah.
that is. Even with Ten Hag, people just couldn't accept that he wasn't good
See
enough.
separation though. They can't do the separation because they say, "Oh, you don't want to ruin his legacy." But his legacy of a player is not a legacy of a manager. So what's there to ruin?
It's not ruined. Like Ollie,
I never
ruined what
understood
he
it. I
did.
never understood it.
I don't
He's
get
gonna
it.
ruin
Like
his
Ollie,
legacy.
yeah, Ollie never ruined his legacy as a player. 'Cause I remember him as a player. I
Ollie
don't
won
take
you guys
away anything.
titles.
Yeah, he scored probably the most famous goal of like Fergie's reign. It's between that and the Giggs goal in '99. Like you scored the most. Like everyone knows that, the commentary, etc. Everyone like
Everyone,
that can't
everyone.
never be taken away. So it's like him being a poor manager. It's actually hurting him more by staying and exposing that he's not a good manager. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't understand where people run with that. Like I really
Yeah.
don't. And that's what it was with Ten Hag. But he had no prior to us anyway. That's the thing. People treated Ten Hag like he was a legend of the club, like he played for us. And thankfully he's gone, people. On that note, can finally do this show, and Ten Hag's gone. He's driving that bus out of Manchester. It's fire. Still can't believe it. I'm still over the moon. I'm still as happy like the news just broke, people. I am still as happy because it was out of the blue. I had no expectation of him leaving. There was no reports. There was no rumors after that West Ham game. Zero. And then obviously I did this very show, people, that night talking about that game. And then these two jokers was running bants about Ten Hag. And then woke up to the news, boom, he's gone. Over the moon. And wherever he ends up next, we will be keeping a watch on people. Do not worry about that. Because he'll get a next job somewhere. It won't be an Ollie situation. Somebody will hire him. And then we'll see. And everyone was talking all this Ten Hag in rubbish. Quiet. And then on top of that, they got the Amorim deal done pretty much the same day, which was crazy. That surprised me. And as much as I've criticised Ineos, not only was Amorim the manager I wanted, they got it done expeditiously. And I give them credit for that. I do give them credit for that in regards to that deal. Like, I'm not going to go overboard or over the top because I don't give you credit for putting out fires you started. This could have been done in the summer. You've now made a tough job for him even tougher. That's why I'm not hearing any excuses about, oh, players were bought for him to play his system and all this. He was there in the summer. And if that was the case, why did they interview Thomas Tuchel? And the fact that you interviewed Thomas Tuchel over Ruben Amorim is a red flag in itself that I'd even think about. But it just looks bad everywhere you look at it. This is why I don't give them no leeway. However, Amorim will be here after the international break. Rude as the interim. Makes sense. And on the game today, the draw against Chelsea. People, United should have won the game. I think you've seen the best and the worst out of Manchester United. Defensively, pretty good. Defended well. Limited Chelsea going forward, considering the attackers they have, in particular Palmer and Neto. Jackson as well, who's been in good form and quieted them down. But then you've seen the weaknesses of our attack. This is why we scored so few. We're the second joint lowest goal scorers in the Premier League. Of attack, like Garnacho should have scored. Rashford, you could argue, should have done better when he hit the bar. And the one that fell back to Bruno. But you're talking about Garnacho, Rashford and Bruno missing chances. The sky is blue. Grass is green. Water's wet. The Barbados flag is blue and yellow with a black fork on it. Like we know, yeah. And black. Like we know this. These are things we know, people. You didn't need to see today's game to be like, oh my God, they are missing chances. But they were set up in a way to do so. And people don't like this. The whole, oh, Ruud should have done better. He's the interim manager, people. Why are you expecting a substitute? Why are you holding him to permanent manager standards? That's why I said Ruud just vibes it for these 4 games, getting the players' morale up. As you see, look at the difference when Diallo got on the pitch against Leicester to the Fenerbahce game. Someone do the split screen of that, please. And see the difference of him getting on the pitch versus Fenerbahce and the difference in the game against Leicester City in the League Cup. Huge difference. Absolute huge difference. And that's just morale. That's what it is. And today, yeah, we played well to an extent against Chelsea and yeah, competed. We compete, and their side's better, people. I don't think people want to admit this. Chelsea are a better team than Manchester United. Why is there all this whole surprise and shock and this expectation to win when we're not a better side? Like, you can be disappointed we didn't win. I'm disappointed to an extent. However, they're not, we limited them, so they didn't play so well. Their midfield pivot is fire. They played Lavia and Caicedo. That's arguably the best pivot in the league, and we competed against it. They have Palmer in front of that. That's arguably, if there's a better midfield trio in the league, I've not seen it. And we played well against it and competed. But, hey, people just going to play regardless. Big up to Stephanie G as well. But Barnes will go to you. I don't know if you watched it, but the United-Chelsea 1-1 draw.
No, I didn't. I didn't watch the game today, but I caught some highlights and so forth. And it looks like you guys actually had a midfield playing a midfield,
Crazy,
playing in
man.
the proper positions.
He played a 6 as a 6 and an 8 as an 8. Who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? That he played Agate next to Casemiro again, and it works again. Mad that. Crazy.
Yeah, it's funny when you play players in their natural, proper positions. What happens, right? How different you look.
Who would have thought it?
It's like Ten Hag was trying to reinvent the wheel that wasn't even made up yet. Like the wheels out in the 1,000 years from now, he trying to put it into this generation. It's just not gonna work.
That's it.
I'm sad that he's gone, though. I that's just me.
I know, you bet you are. Yeah.
Being
As
shameless,
is everyone, man. Everyone was sad. Everyone was like, I'm so sad he's gone. I've never seen you this happy. We don't like you this happy. I was like, yo, what's going on? This is what my chat's telling me. We never seen you smile so much. I'm still over the moon, man.
Like I messaged you because we're behind you guys, right? So when I woke up and I pull up my phone and I was like looking at X, I was like, nah, he's gone.
He's gone.
And I messaged you right away. I was like, oh my days. I'm like, you must be over the moon.
Joy.
Right now.
Oh, it was great. Monday as well. I had back again that day. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, it was great.
And then I see Saeed put out the clip, the 10-minute long video, and he's there like I was like, you guys have just got the shackles taken off.
Facts.
Your head's above water. You feel good. You're kicking again. You're like, refresh. Let me go. Yeah,
it was great. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Hey, United fans, be free, man. This is great.
As shameless as I am, United is a big club, and they will always come back at some. They can get it right at some point in time, and then people can be worried. If you just call a spade. I mean, as much as I hate United, I mean, I've been through my worst pain because of United in the 90s and the 2000s. All because of Manchester United and Sir Alex Ferguson put me in my most pain that I literally, physically, really stopped watching football for 10 years. I listen and see what Liverpool's doing. I literally stopped watching football for 10 years because of United. Literally.
I get it. I fully hear
I
that.
switched to NBA flawless. Believe me.
Why'd you think I started doing NBA watch? Why'd you think I started doing NBA watch alongs? I was like, yeah, I've had enough of this. We need a different sport. Let's switch it up. That's why I started doing NBA.
Bro, the pain that it was giving me, I was like, nah, I was getting angry. I was an angry man. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. Let me go watch Jordan and the Bulls. Let me go watch the Bulls, man.
I hear you. Trust me. I get that.
Well, good for you guys. I mean, today, good, hard 1-1 draw. You could have put away chances. Rude's gonna be there, and I heard he's gonna stay on when Amorim comes in.
I think it's debated. I think they're debating whether he's gonna stay or not. Like, I don't think nothing's been said permanently that I've seen. So they were saying, like, because they asked him, it was after the Leicester game or before the Leicester game, like, have you spoken to Amorim? And he said no. So I know Amorim's bringing his backroom staff with him. So it'd be interesting to see. Let them down with it, like whatever Amorim wants to do. If he wants to keep Rude there, cool. If he doesn't, hey Rude, man, thank you for your services. Time you can go get another job. Definitely. You done nothing to hurt your reputation.
Agreed. That was all on Ten Hag.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm curious to see is when Amorim comes in, because he likes to play a back three. That is his system. Is a back three. Is who he is going to pick to play that back three for his system for Manchester United. That is going to be the part that I am very, very curious about. Very curious about.
Yeah. Now without that. Yeah, without that, because I think the centre backs are there to play it. I like it. I do like the fact he plays a back three. One, because I think we have the centre backs for it. Two, I think the squad just suits that system better. I don't have to watch our terrible wingers play. Thank God for that. I'm tired of seeing our shit wingers. I'm so happy it's 2 10s and a striker, or like, because they say he plays 2 10s behind the striker. I'm with that, because we're gonna need new players anyway, regardless of what manager was gonna come in. I've seen people say that. Oh, he's going to need new players. Even if the manager we got played 4-2-3-1, we need new players. Like, these men are not good enough for where we're trying to go anyway. You can see the lack of quality. But what I'm looking for Amorim to do is get the most out of what we have, because they're not this bad. That's why. As much as I don't rate the players, they're not this bad. Forest are third for a reason. No one can't tell me Forest have the third best anything. Look at where Brighton are in the table. Like Bournemouth are in the table. No one had these teams there. What are we talking about here? Well, Pops, so you saying, I'm not sure if you watched the game, but thoughts on the United-Chelsea game as well as the Ten Hag sacking as well?
I was looking for VR.
This
Come
guy,
on, tell me that you got decision wrong. Give me the VR and tell me that you're tricking me. Keep Eric back. Come on, stick to the plan. You got to stick to the plan. We'll bounce back. Stick to the plan. Yeah. I was sad. I must confess. I went into the office and I looked for my mates at the office. And one of them was actually really sad and one was happy. So it's kind of like
one was
all right,
sad.
so y'all
Why
so
was
the
one
support group,
was one
sad.
Ten Hag in?
Yeah. I was with him as well. I was with him. I was like, yeah.
I bet
got
you
you,
was.
buddy. we can do this.
Ten Hag in, you know. 14th people
Warrior, J.
with a minus goal difference.
Yeah,
Bear in
man.
mind, against Chelsea, if the results would have went out against us on Saturday, it would have been 16th. Last time we had 11 points from 9 games, we got relegated. People, it's now been our worst start since the 86-87 season, before I was born, and people were still backing this guy. All right, but yeah, go on, Pops. Carry on. Madness.
What did they say about records? They have to be broken for all that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Come on, man.
We could have got relegated with this guy, I think, and people would have backed it. I think legit we could have been in a relegation battle, and people would still back it.
Nah.
You'd be surprised.
But when you said you serious? Nah.
Yeah, I'd be deadly serious.
I'd
seen
be
that
shocked
on
if you guys
socials.
got relegated.
No, we wouldn't get shot. No. I don't think we get relegated. I'm saying it's like if we did get relegated, I could still people would still back it. I've seen people say that about I'd rather get relegated with Ollie. You know what I'm saying? Than sack him and hire another manager. People are strange, man. I'm telling you.
That's
I'm telling
crazy.
you. I remember that Ollie reign was terror. Like this was worse terror. This was like, you know, like
That's
your threat
extreme.
level on the
That's
terrorism. Like this was top, but like the Ollie one was right underneath. I don't know if it's colors, like, or it's red, yellow, orange, whatever it is. Like this was red, but the Ollie one, I think orange is the second one, was just underneath.
Yeah.
The terror threat was. Yeah, is it orange? Yeah, I got it right. See, that's how I know. Trauma people. How else do I know that shit? Fucking trauma, man.
You need to go to a shrink, bro, and get rid of some of that PTSD, bro.
It is, man. It's this. This is me. Therapy.
Your legends created a lot after you, though. That banging the contract on the table from Rio Ferdinand, and then everybody in the media trying their best not to do anything negative against Ollie was the problem, innit? Just be honest.
Yeah, it was. Nah,
your main and Gary Neville is one of your main mouthpieces. Just be honest.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah,
100%.
Just be honest. About watching today, I looked at the highlights as well. I tell you, I can't do 90 minutes of you yet. I'm ready.
Now we better to watch
show me
now.
that you got a little bit more quality. I cannot do 90 yet, but it was better. No, it was better.
Yeah, it was.
That's how sad it is. But you know what that says to me? They were done with him. A lot of the players were done. So the fans could love who they want to love. The players, they're the ones who decide who keeps that job. When they're done, they're done. And you've seen it before. You've seen it at other clubs. And it's one of those things that you say, well, you don't want to happen at your club because it looks bad. When you watch Chelsea and the players said, yeah, we're done with that, and push the manager under the bus, you're saying to yourself, yeah, that don't look good. But you can see it. And people, you know, it was funny when Klopp joined, even going back to when King Kenny took over, when Brendan Rodgers was on his skids, they said, all you need is just to level it off, bring a little positivity to the dressing room and get the players back on side first. And a lot of people laugh at that idea. But when Ollie came, that's exactly what he did. Yeah, as much as it might not have been strategic, it might be vibes or whatever, but you know what? Sometimes the players want some vibes too. They want to feel good too. They don't want to feel crap all the time coming out there. That's not what their job is. As much as people think, well, he's making a lot of money, he's doing shit. Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. No. That's just the way it is. No. So when you create an environment where the players are in that mire, that's where they're going to stay until you get out. And someone, look how easy it was. Rude comes in, turtleneck on, jacket on, shaking the hands of the devil.
Like Sterling Archer with a turtleneck. Yeah, 100%.
Fans giving the legend the respect that he deserves, and the players feeling a different vibe. Yes, some of them still a little under the level that you need, to be honest. And that's really where your problem is. Some of the players are not at the level that you want them to be at for you to be where you should be. arguably.
Yeah.
And that's where Amorim has to come in and say, all right, can I get the lit Euro and the vegan butcher as a back three to work?
Hey, why is he a vegan butcher? What's this about? Why is he not
Salad
just a
down
butcher?
them knives, bro. He can't
That's
cut
my
man,
level
but
for
vegetables the more.
The butcher,
The king
man.
took his
What's
soul. The king took his soul, but
Nah, okay.
He's never been the same since.
vegetables.
He has never, Flawless, he's never been the same since
Hey.
Salah skinned him out.
Flawless doesn't
I'll
remember
skin
that
him
moment,
out.
though. Flawless doesn't remember that moment.
Nah, I
Flawless doesn't
remember. I
that
do
moment.
remember
That's
when he
brother.
was looking the wrong way. Yes, I do remember because I seen it. I'm saying all over my timeline. Yes, it was leak times. I was gonna say he did get a result there, but he wasn't playing in the team when we went to Anfield last season. So first, we'll see you on the 5th, though. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you lot on the 5th.
That's
You
good.
hold another
That's
beating.
good,
You come
that's
in Anfield.
I'm looking forward to that.
You say that, though.
I'm looking forward to that. I was dreading it. I was dreading it at first, but now because you know why? It's new. I'm glad. No, that's not even shameless. We play you lot away, City away, and Arsenal away. Throw him in at the deep end. You telling me he's a great swimmer? Throw him in at the deep end with some sharks. We're gonna find out how good you are. We're gonna find out.
You like your bites.
You'll find out, man. You know what I'm saying? Go walk in the lion's den and come out with lion's teeth on your chain. That's what I'm looking for you to do. If you're as good as they say you are and as good as I think you are, let's see. Because we play you lot. Yeah, you lot are third in that. Because we play, I think it's Arsenal away first, then City away, then you lot. Obviously, there's games in between that. But we play you lot on the 5th. And I was dreading it because right around my birthday as well. But fortunately enough, Ten Hag's gone. But yeah, go on, Pops, as you were. As you were.
It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you in this mood, though. This mood is back.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that.
It's great.
Yeah.
I've been in hell for like a year and a half. So it's been great to be back.
It's nice.
Looking forward to games. I look forward to the game today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to game. Looking forward to see what's what. 100%.
But you said it. I mean, this sport that we love is very simple. 11 players. You do the right thing with 11 players on the pitch. You can get results. Stop trying to reinvent and recreate stuff. And is Bruno going to be one of your problems going forward? Because they just gave you I figure give me the back three, right? And you already got Ugarte and probably Casemiro, Kobe Mino as sort of those two in the middle. So who are the two? Because it's going to be a 3-4-3. You got 2 10s and a 1, so it's going to be Hoyland up front, probably Diallo or Garnacho and or Rashford. Is Bruno one of those 2 10s?
That's the big question. Because people have said this, and I've had these conversations about the back three. Who are the wing backs? Who does play in the pivot that you mentioned in front of the back three? Who are the 2 10s? Who are the strike? Who is the striker? I think a lot of players are going to get found out. I'm not going to lie. You mentioned Bruno there. I don't think Bruno's good enough to play that role, to be honest. So I think Bruno could be in trouble. Garnacho's definitely not good enough to play that role. Rashford's not good enough to play that role, in my opinion. Neither of those 3 are. However, maybe Amorim joins and he gets a tune out of all 3 of them or a mix. Like, if you're a coach, that's what I'm looking for. As much as we need new players, yes, I'm still looking for you to join and get more out of this squad. I keep saying this. If you're as good as I think you are and good as general consensus is, you can't get all this hype and all these plaudits, which is deserved, by the way, for what he did at Braga, what he did at Sporting. All right, manage. Because if it's just the case of you can only manage with 11 world-class and top-class players, give me the job then. If that's the case, I'll do it for 10% of the price as well. If it's just get world-class players in and let them play. It's like, no, you're supposed to matter. And of course, quality matters. And we'll get to that in the summer and in the summer after that, the summer of 2025, 26. But as for right now, work with what you have. I watch Emery do it at Villa. I keep using that as an example. When Gerrard was there, nobody looked at that team. Nobody on the earth looked at that team and said, that's a Europa League side. He added a left back and took them from 17th to 7th. So therefore, if Emery can do that, if you're not better than Emery, then we're in trouble anyway. You're not good enough. You're not on levels because Emery wouldn't be good enough for us. So if you're as good as we say you are, you'll be fine in regards to improving us. And you have enough of the season left where it's salvageable and you have enough quality in the side to do better. I just need you to get most of the average players playing average. And then the rest of them playing, and then a couple of them playing above average. And then the good players playing good. And then you'll be fine. I'm saying if Nuno can do it at Nottingham Forest, you can do it at Manchester United. If you can get Chris Wood, Alanga and Cho as a functioning 3, you can figure it out with what we have. That's really, so we'll see in regards to it. But I think a lot of players will eventually get found out because I don't know if they're good enough to play. I don't think they're good enough to play the roles. The only 10 I look at that we have is probably Diallo, who I say is good enough to play to an extent, Xerxes as well. But even then, I want better than those 2. Maybe Mano can play one. But yeah, go on, Barnes.
I think he gets rid of a few in January, to be honest.
Okay, Faz, who do you think goes?
I think Anthony and Garnacho is probably be gone in January. I can be honest with you. Amorim don't seems to be that type of coach that plays around. I think you see both of them go because they're not at the quality he wants.
Yeah, but Garnacho is still to me an option from the bench without him being necessarily the first player.
Well, Pops, you're saying in a 4-2-3-1. What's his best position in this system?
In what? In the new system?
Yeah, in the new system with a back three, wing back. And he ain't no wing back.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But in the sport, sometimes you become something that you don't want to be because you know what? You won't play.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want to play, that's your option is over there. That's it. It's a non-negotiable. No, that's it.
You're right.
If I'm here and I said you're left-footed and I'm playing three at the back and you won't play, you will be the left wing back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
What?
Jump in.
The right wing back. Yeah, nah.
And I'll be on the sideline telling you, hustle back. If you want to be here and you won't play, that's where you can play. It's worked. You've seen it. You've seen players being moved into a different position because of something else, and it worked. Sometimes it works. And as a man saying, you know what? I love football. I love this club, and I want to be here. Other men say, you know what? Thanks. I can head off then. So again, it depends on the situation around them because January isn't necessarily a good market. And Flawless, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you are close to your PSR line as well, right?
Yeah, so they say.
So that means
that's what I've been told. Because they say a lot about Manchester United and then things. I take everything with a pinch of salt. I was told. Yeah. I was told in the summer we only have 50, 60 million to spend. That's what I was told. And then when we spent over that, it was 100 mil. Then it was over that, it was only 150 mil. Then it just kept going. These things. Yeah, it kept moving it. Like I was told, you lot want Southgate. And nobody of note said that Southgate, and there's still, but again, there's so many things that get said about Manchester United that I take with a pinch of salt. Like so many things like within here. So this was their plan. Like when Ten Hag was sacked, everyone then even though nobody knew Ten Hag was gonna get sacked, everybody then knew who the next guy was gonna be. And this is what I was pointing out to people. So nobody had any idea he was gonna get sacked. But now he's been sacked on that Monday. You now know exactly what Ineos are doing and who the guy is they're going to pick. And nobody said Amorim. Because no one said, hey, you've done a deal. The same day, it was done. Shout out to Sheik, because we did the celebration stream on mine. Then he went live. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to join. And then he rang me. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was thinking he's ringing me to join. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to join. He's like, do you not know the news? What news? He's like, yo, Austin Bumble. I was like, what? He's like, Amorim. I was like, no way. He was like, yeah, we got Amorim. Nobody knew that. But all these people are in the know. But United did that. It's like, that's why I take it with a pinch of salt. So maybe we do struggle in regards to maybe bringing in players, but then that's two things. One, we then need to be smarter with the recruitment, which I think we did in the summer anyway. And two, do as well selling players like we did, because we got a lot of players to get rid of. I'm happy to see any of these.
I think he takes some players from Sporting too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I could.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah?
Depends on the contract, because some of them when they sign that contract, they give them we'll let you go, but remember this, don't come knocking for any of our players within a year or whatever. Some of them. So but the issue Flawless though is if you're close, right, people will know that you're struggling to sell, so you might not necessarily get value for money on the players that you want to sell because of the fact people saying, well, it's almost like Newcastle. Remember when people were saying, well, Newcastle in trouble. Let's see if we can go and pick. Let me see if we can go and pick one or two of these good players off them. They managed to get it to work, but so you might end up doing the same thing where you got volume and you say, well, all right, let's sell 4 of these guys and take a loss of all 4 of them just to get them off the books. Because it's not just obviously the fees, it's salary. Salary is a big part of
wages.
Oh yeah,
how much money how much money you got to spend. So if you can shift 4 guys out through the back door kind of quietly and then say, all right, let's get these 2 that are quality, and that could significantly move you from where you are to possibly challenging for Europe. Because again, you're miles away from anybody. As much as it looks bad and you're 14th, 2 wins on the bounce, and all of a sudden you're at the table very quickly.
You're up the table. And you missed one. You're spot on with what you're saying, Potts, but you missed one key detail in the difference between us and Newcastle. There's a reason you don't watch us. So when you say quality, there ain't no quality to sell. Anything we sell these for is a bonus. I give
That's
these
why
men
you
away.
gotta take a loss.
I
That's
give
why
I
you
give
have to
these
take
men
a
away.
loss.
It's not a loss. It's a game. I literally give these men away. I've said cut losses and tie down contracts. So if we manage to get a 10 mil here, a 50 mil, a 20 mil, a 30 mil for whoever, I'm all for that. Because I've just had it up to here. Like, yes, of course, Amorim going to give them a clean slate. Because there's going to be players I don't rate who are going to perform in the system to an extent, which I'm for. So someone asked me in the chat as well, do I think he... Let me actually get to that. Because this is what ties into what I was going to say anyway. But for now, who do you think was... No, was that it? No, it wasn't that one.
No,
Yeah,
we did
it
that.
was that one. Yeah, you did that one. But in regards to someone asked earlier, I didn't star it, my bad, about do I expect him to play his 3-4-3 formation or 3-4-2-1? Absolutely. Come in and implement your system straight away. Whether you have the perfect players or not, I need you to implement it because then you know what you need. And then there's going to be a couple surprises. There's going to be 2 or 3 players in the side who play your system to an adequate level where you go, okay, I can utilize you for now. Because it's not about, I'm not even looking at January for incomings. I'm looking at him to analyze the squad expeditiously and see what he needs, who he needs to get rid of, and who you can keep. And then 2025 is then when you go, all right, well, I need this, and this. I have my ideas. I think we need 2 fullbacks. Someone mentioned the left-sided centre-back. CFC asked about that with Martinez. I think we need a left-sided centre-back anyway because Martinez is the only left-footed one we've got. So even if Martinez was good enough, I'd be like, go and get back up. Because if Martinez gets injured, which could happen, you have to go and get that. Definitely need a striker. Definitely need a 10, without doubt. And I think that's what it is. But I could be wrong. Maybe some of these players thrive in this system as a striker or as a 10 or as one of the wing backs or in midfield, etc. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. And there's expectations on him, without doubt, to improve. I'm looking for improvement. Look at the games we've got. The seasons are still salvageable. I'm looking at the Europa League. We're 4 points off of it. Look at the 5 teams we're playing. I was on a Phil podcast and we were talking about PAOK, the team we're playing. Man, are you confident of beating them? Yes. 100%. And that's with Ruud in charge. If we don't beat the team second in the Greek league, something is wrong. At home, I'm sorry. Even under Ruud. Like, them man should be good enough to do that. But we'll see. And then the rest of them games as well, FA Cup and League Cup are achievable. And then Pop's already mentioned it. 2 wins and you shoot up the league. As bad as we are now, I think we're 6 points off of top 6 or 4 points, something like that. And there's still 28 games left, so we'll see what's what. Well, you lot continue to run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well on the channel. Big up to every one of you lot locked in. Much appreciated. On the Liverpool side of things, obviously you lot got Leverkusen next in the Champions League. 3 from 3. Barnes, were you telling me confident going into this game against Leverkusen? Well,
Yeah.
question, I'm presuming you are.
I am. I'm confident, but it's not going to be an easy game. But Leverkusen is not playing well. They've got four draws, couple of losses. I mean, they're sitting 4th or 5th right now in the Bundesliga. It's still not going to be an easy game, but I'm confident Liverpool wins the game 100%. I think their defense has taken a hit. I don't think that they would be able to handle our attacking prowess. And then I don't know if their strikers are going to be able to stand up to our 2 because Ibu came out and said that he doesn't have any breakage in his hand, so he can be ready for the next game.
Good.
So he should be playing the Champions League game against Leverkusen and then get ready for Villa on the weekend. So yeah, we're going to have a full squad. I want Slot to go full squad this round for Champions League and for the weekend again, because then after that we got international break, right? So
yes,
go all out, get this win, give us 12 points. They say you need 15 points to be in the top 8, to have the bye round in the Champions League, how it sets up.
How many points did they say, sorry? Did you say 15?
Yeah, 15 will get you in 8th.
Okay.
So you're going to get the bye. So you get this one. Now you're at 12. Now the Real Madrid game. You get that one. Now you're at 15, right? Or you can take a draw the Real Madrid game. You don't have all that pressure to win that game. You take the draw, you get 13, and then you only got to really get 3 points. Or if you really want to get first place and be top of everyone, you just keep going for it. But look, I want to take every game. I want every game in Champions League, and I want to go into the international break like top of the league. I being selfish. 100% of being selfish. there was a question that Warrior asked about concern about the contracts.
Contracts. It might have been the there it was. Yeah. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I think,
Liverpool, Barnes and Pops, are you concerned about Trent, Salah, Van Dijk's contracts?
I think Verge re-signing. Apparently, that one's pretty close. I think they're just deciding. I think Verge isn't even asking for more of wages. I think it's the years is where they're trying to figure out if it's going to be a 2 or 3 year. I don't think he's looking for any salary increase. If he gets one, then great. But I don't think he's really looking for it. The one I'm most concerned about is Trent, but they're in talks, so who knows what's going to happen there. Salah keeps putting these messages out there, like, I just don't know. It's got me a little confused, maybe putting pressure on the club, which I don't mind him too. I think they should re-sign him for the next 2 years, I can be honest with you. But he could be gone the end of the season. I'd like him to sign all three, to be honest, Flawless, because I think it'd be foolish to let any of them go, because that's your spine. But if anyone we can lose, I think it's Salah. That's probably going to be one.
So you think Van Dijk? So you wait. Are you more?
I think Van Dijk and Trent resigns.
You think
I think Salah is the one.
Goes. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I think that's
Trent
the
goes
one.
to Madrid first. All right, fair enough.
I don't know if he will go Madrid. I think he will go probably PSG or somewhere else. I just don't know.
PSG, not Madrid. All right, first. What are you
he
saying?
He was sitting down with that man 2 years ago. So who knows? That might be the plan.
I would have thought Madrid. That's just me. But you saying Pops on the Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent contracts?
Similar to what you said about Ineos, why not get Amorim in the summer? These should have been done already.
Agreed.
This is going on way too long for me, and this is one of those big moments for the club. And Edwards and the guys that came back, Hughes as the new director, these three players are critical. As much as, and for me, all three of them would have had new contracts. 5 years for Trent, 3 years each for Salah and Van Dijk. Even if it's just to protect, because everybody keeps talking about sell more to Saudi Arabia, and I said, all right, show me where he said he wants to leave to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
everyone just presuming,
not just
because
this
it
season,
seems
the season before that and the season before that. It's the money. He's going to be the biggest thing. Yeah, he is going to be the biggest thing. He's going to be the biggest thing if he signs at 40 years old. So if he plays for another couple more years or that's and goes somewhere else and then still goes there afterwards, he's still going to be the biggest thing. And he knows that as well. For me, I'm looking at that man and saying, this is a man that is competitive. And this is why I'm looking at it and saying there's a team ready to win. Because him fit, he's single-minded. He is a winner. Verge, winner. Alisson Becker, winners. These men have won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League. They know what it is to win. Some of the other guys are new, again, added to the spine. For me, you should have signed them already. And even Trent. I saw a rumor saying that Trent wanted 350 or something like that. No, honestly, if Trent wants 350, for me, I wouldn't be signing him for 350 because he's not going to get 350 at Madrid.
Agreed.
He can get 350 a week at Madrid. He can make that money at Madrid. Now,
that's true.
I'm not upset if he wants, as a young man, he's saying, you know what? It's a different sport. This isn't the 70s or 80s where you live and die at a club and you retire and you get a testimonial, everybody waves at you and kiss everybody and you're gone. It's a different time. It's a different time, let me be honest. It's a different time, man.
In all sports,
you got fans, you got fans that wear also different color shirts and hats and whatever the case may be. So why the player can't look at it and say, you know what? I've done it all at Liverpool. Everything. Been here since I was 6 or whatever it is. As much as, yes, I'm a Scouser and everybody's going to say that whatever they want to say, it's my life. Let me go and see what else happening. I won't begrudge him a move if that's what it is. I won't begrudge him. I wouldn't. But that's not me saying the door's open, go through it. That's me saying, all right, sit down here. Here's what the plan is. And I want you to be here. But if you say to me, not really. And my preference would be, again, you're selfish because you're about your club. Absolutely. If you want to go, well, tell everybody you out and let me figure out what's going on so we can move forward. Because this feels like that, like millstone around your neck as well. You've released enough players that you had enough money to me. Thiago's on 200 grand a week. If I take his salary and divide it by 3 and give it to all of them as increases, I got the money back. We are in the same spot. We haven't done anything different.
Spot on.
I'm a numbers man, so these things are very, very easy for me.
Yeah,
But
clearly it's
that's
what you do for
obviously
work.
not
Yo, you did that way too
business.
quick. What's going on, Pops? You did that way too
that's-
quick. I ain't gonna go into all your business, but you do numbers for work, yeah? Yeah, you did that way too sharp. That was mad sharp, yo. That was crazy.
Barnes too. Yeah.
Both of us.
You both do it. That was crazy. That was when the man did that. I was like, hey, that makes sense. So
Numbers
go on,
make
man. Go
sense. And that's one player who didn't play as much as we wished he could. For three players that are showing you that he's play all the time. Virg has come back from that career-ending injury and he looks as good as anybody else. Let's not say he looks as good as he was, because people might say, "Oh God, look at you blowing up there." He looks as good as anybody else. Anybody better? Tell me who's better. Because for me, I ain't seeing it. Salah again. Anybody better? Oh, he's stinky. He don't do this. He don't do that. Okay, yeah. How many goals he score? Who we looking at still on the right side? If we pick in the Premiership 11 right now, he's still the king.
Oh yeah, Salah.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be the king that scored 44 goals, but he's still the king. He's still the one that set the bar. And then you look at Trent and you're saying, all right, that's a generational player. Whether you like it or not, whether you like how he's defend or not, like how he's attack or not, the ability that this boy has is just way out there. So for me, if you want to be, and this is where the question is for the club, if you want to be that club, these three players should be on your books. Absolutely. If you want to be that club. If you don't, then
so
maybe
you're being serious.
And that then says, all right, here I understand where we're going to be then. If you sell your skipper and your vice captain and your leading goal
Your
scorer,
second voice.
Window,
that's crazy. To let all three of them go,
that,
that's mad. Yeah, that's crazy.
Cannot be.
The optics of that. Yeah, you can't do that. You gotta keep 2 out of 3 of them at least.
You're looking for bodyguards for sure.
Yeah. If they did that, you think people FSG out bad? No.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the Scousers in Liverpool who back the ownership, a lot of them will flip immediately, because you can't expect to get rid of your spine in one and expect to be pulling off miracles. Nah, it's not going to happen. Now you got to look for a new captain, as Pop says, a new voice, and you got to replace 3 of your most important players in your squad. To me, that's just lawlessness. That is just shambolic for an ownership group to even think in that mentality. It would just clearly tell me what I've always said. These men are businessmen. They're not football fans. They think about the bottom line. They think about the dollar, how much they're going to make as profit. They ain't care about what's on the pitch. Big up, Hussam.
Big up, Hussam. Yeah, one thing about me, I'm not like, as much as I despise Liverpool, their number 1 ups, I call it as I see it with you lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Like, the only thing is I just crash on Trent because it's funny too. But other than that, that's it. That's it. That's just me hating. Like, that's what that is. But yeah, go on, carry on.
It clearly showed you when we won the Champions League and J.W. Henry came out and says, I can be giving Klopp whatever he wants. And who do we sign when that was done? Who was the players that we signed?
Was that the Melo window? Was it Arthur Melo in that?
No, that wasn't the Melo window.
What window was that? Who did you sign? Was it Thiago? I can't remember.
Harvey Elliott was one.
Yeah.
That was Vandenberg.
Vandenberg was another one. These are the players that this man gave Klopp after winning the Champions League. From the time that happened, Klopp, flawless, I was like, you see these man then? Adrian was the other one too. I see, you see these man then?
For free.
These man them care about the bottom line, and they care one rat's ass about soccer. They ain't care about football. They ain't care about it. It's about the bottom line. They're businessmen. I was fully convinced then, and nobody will ever change my mind on how these men is operating. It is a business for them, and they don't care about anything else. So if they do that craziness, they can get run with Liverpool. I'm telling you right now, because their only thing that's propping them up is the people in Liverpool. A lot of the fan base outside of Liverpool that are Liverpool diehards for years, decades, you name it, on their neck right now. But that's just noise to them. If the people in Liverpool flip on them, that's when you can see problems.
And I think they will. If you lot let Trent, Salah, and Van Dijk all go at the same time, I don't think you can. As much as I'd love to see it happen, I don't think it happens. I think you keep at least 2 of the 3 of them. I think you keep at least 2 of the 3 of
minimum.
them. Yeah, I think Trent goes, but I think the other 2 stay. That's what I think will happen. Personally, that's what I think. Trent goes Madrid, but I think the other 2 stay.
A lot of people seem to think that way. It is possible.
With the Trent, I think just the move, that one's the one that just makes the most sense. I just can't believe you've ended up in this situation. Like Pop said, deal with that in the summer. You gotta deal with that. Those 3 with 18 months left, like 24 months left. You gotta be talking. You gotta be talking to them too. Say Football Manager, where you can leave it to 12 months.
Yeah.
24 months.
The issue would have been Klopp would have told the players that he wanted out, remember? Which would have been, so all of them, and again, the 3 of us are in a job, and we working for a manager, and the manager comes and says, look guys, had enough of here working at the factory, I pressing out at the end of the year. And we respect the manager to the point where we're saying, boy, look, I really like this factory so much, but this man here kept me on the rails, kept me steady, showed me that I focused and keep me here. And yeah, you want to come. Yeah, you want to extend? Not so sure. To me, that's just reality. I'm not so sure anymore. Yes, because when he goes, we've seen what you do from an ownership perspective. As Barnes said, we've seen what you've done. Who are you bringing in next? All right, here comes the next man. You meet the next man, he's saying to yourself, you don't know me from Adam, I don't know you either. So how are we going to have that sort of bond and relationship so quickly for me to sign an extension based on our working relationship? As well as then what ownership are saying is saying, well, look, we can back this man. And you didn't even get the one man that he wanted in the summer. And again, I ain't really here on this because I can't stand the fact that we know the ownership and we know the assistant coaches and we know the set piece coaches. Like, oh shit, man, just shut up with all of them. Give me the players and let me play. Nah, this too much, man. Too much. That's too much.
I mean, United fan, I know. Trust me. I know about all this extra stuff that don't matter.
Too much, man. Listen, you know who's driving me nuts? I mean, honestly, right? Stokes is my man. Big up Stokely Murray here. Newcastle. You see Jason Tinsdale or whatever his name is? He, for some reason, right? He's giving me a headache. Always up. And I said, what are you doing, man? Just sit the hell down. Look, the coach right here, look. Let him work. Every minute he up, talking, pointing, gesturing. It's like, what is wrong with you? You want a job? Go and get a job. If you think you could do it, go and get a job. Otherwise, sit the hell down on the bench, man, and shut up.
You know who he reminds me of, Pops? Pep Linders. Pep Linders always used to be up off the bench, up in clock business. And I'm like, brother man, sit your backside down. He totally pissed me off when he wrote a book when he was still as the number 1 for Liverpool and talking about tactics. I got the book and I was like, this man is an absolute madman. I'm like, write that when you done retire or you off the club, writing about the crazy season that y'all had and the stuff that you do. You're going to write that when you still as a number 1 for the team? How foolish can you be? You want to give the men the player book. It's so ignorant. But look, after all of this here, I can give a little positive. The last time Liverpool win the league, we played Leicester on Boxing Day. Do you know who we play Boxing Day?
Leicester City.
Leicester.
Is it at your place?
Let's see.
Leicester, you must. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be starting the show and these men win the league title in the first year of it. Forget all that. And dealing with Lex, yeah. Forget all that. Yeah.
It's Leicester's away.
Yeah.
That should be annoying. Yeah, but it should be at home. Boxing Day can be at home, I think. Boxing Day can be at home, Marsh.
I think it can be at home.
It can be at home. Yeah,
it is at home. It's at home.
At home.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah, Mike.
We're at Anfield.
It's at home.
Hey, Leicester, Vardy, your time. I'm looking here, yeah.
Do something.
West Ham,
Do
Spurs
something.
around that. United, yeah.
That hits a Gillette catastrophe back in 2010.
Oh, yeah, that's when they tried
through that again.
They tried to raise, was it the ticket prices? Did they try to raise the ticket? And you lot rioted. I respect that still.
Bro, they were doing a whole bunch of madness, those guys.
Yeah, Hicks and Gillette. Yeah.
Hicks and Gillette was just broke, man. Too broke. He's trying to do something, that's all.
Hey, bring them back, man. Jeez.
Not for us. Go and bring them back for Chelsea.
Getting back to Chelsea.
Or get
And
him
big
to
up to
Arsenal, something.
And then Sullivan says, question for the panel. If 2 of the 3 stay, do you compete next season? If 1 of the 3 stay, would you compete? Would you be, I think it means, would you compete with a big signing like Rodrigo, for example? So yeah, for us to go to you on this, Pops will go to you on this one first.
If 2 of the 3 stay, do you compete next season? Next season. Yeah. Defending champions, why not? if and all right, let's say Trent leaves, right? Let's say Trent leaves on a free. So there's no fees. So now you're saying, all right, I gotta look to get a right back possibly because you got Bradley there already, who's a youngster, but you might be looking for a right back. You're still ultimately looking at Verge and Salah as cornerstones of the team, but again, you're looking at next generation as well. So you're looking at the 2 of them and saying, all right, this is the point I need to get the next 2 of you as well, because they need less minutes from you, because they need you in critical moments in the season, and I need to get the next Salah, next version of Salah, because there's not going to be another Salah. So you got to figure out, how do I reconstruct the team with whoever this other player is, and where's the next Van Dijk coming from? And again, that's why they have scouts, and that's where they get paid money, because you got to go somewhere and unearth a gem and bring back somebody who's no one's ever heard of and say, who's this rubbish that Liverpool go on and buy? And then you say, oh my God, he's so good, I can't stand him. Yeah, something like that. Saliba came out of nowhere, basically, right?
Facts. Saliba wasn't talked about like that, and Saliba's been 100%.
Yeah,
find him, 100%.
One of them. All right, let's say
if one leaves, one stays.
You gotta keep your captain. You have to keep your captain.
So say Verge stays, and then you make a big signing like he's just used Rodrigo.
If Verge stays, Mo and Trent go.
And then you're saying Rodrigo.
I'm struggling with what Salah brings. I'm not sure that you have immediately something that says, all right, this is gone, and here's something that is going to plug in and do what we need. Because you can still see he's still the focal point of the attack, which I wanted to see less of this season, which is why I wanted 6. I wanted to have 6 up front so you can rotate through, and whoever that other person was going to give Salah more time to play longer. So I want to extend his career by having the next man up already be here, so that when he actually moves on, that next man up is in position, and then I'm buying the next man up to push that man who was the next man. Unfortunately, Chiesa seems to be a hologram or something. I don't know if he's another one of these Italian funny deals or is it just we trying to be careful and say, you know what, let's get him right and ready so that he can really contribute from maybe the Christmas period when it starts to get busy and push into the second part of the season. But 1 of 3 to me, it would be Verge. So Verge still being a centre back means you still have a solid defense, and then you got to work out the attacking part. And again, this is where the coaches and the scouts make the money. You got to figure out, because I don't know that Rodrigo is a Salah replacement in my mind. Yes, he's a good player, but I don't know that he's a Salah replacement, and that's the difficulty. A 20 and 10 player isn't something that you just drag up off the street, to be honest. But again, you got to figure out, maybe you don't need a 20 and 10 because you make a few tweaks and all of a sudden Gakpo and Lucho and Nunes, Jota, Chiesa, all of them start pitching in and scoring 12 to 15, which rarely happens, to be honest. But maybe that's how it works out. But 1 of 3 would be a disaster for me. I could live with 2 or 3.
What are you saying, Barnes, to this question?
2 out of 3. We will still compete, but we still have upgrades that we need to do as well. We need a left back. We definitely need a left back. We still need some. We need a 10. We need a DM. Well, someone to play next to Gravenberch. 1 of the 3, I think would be competitive, top 4, but I don't think we competing for a league with just 1 of the 3, because again, you have to replace a right back, a right wing, still the left back, still in the midfield. You're going to have a lot to do. And we all know how stingy FSG is with spending money. I can't see them replacing 5 players over 1 window. If they do that, I'm sorry, I can go and jump in Lake Ontario in the middle of winter. Let me tell you, and that's -degree water. So
Possibly
I know
Joy
it
G too,
happened.
Barnes.
Huh?
Barnes, you got to look at Joy G as well. Because if he was looking to leave actively in the summer, if he doesn't get the minutes that he's looking for again in the season, Gomez is
He could be
through as
gone
well.
too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He could be gone as well.
And
then
that changes everything as well. That's an
it
additional
changes
man.
everything.
Yeah.
And then Lucho, dad keep flaunting with Barcelona, left, right, and center. When it comes to these South American players, I just don't know. I don't have the full confidence that they can stay in your club, because a lot of these South American players, there's two clubs that there's their dream club that they want to play in.
Always.
Is Madrid and Barcelona.
That's
every
it.
single one.
Facts.
So I don't put loyalty on any South American player that come and play for my team. None. Zero. I see Philippe Coutinho fake about injury and all sort of stuff just to get himself out of the club. But we got Virgil van Dijk, Alisson, and then with him, and we win a Champions League and we won a Prem, and he went off to Barcelona, his childhood club, and where is he now? Playing in Brazil. So thank you, Philippe Coutinho, for being a child. But hey, I'll take the many titles, not after you left. So Firmino was loyal. Yeah. He was one of the only ones.
He was one of
But
the few.
Firmino went through his process, right? He went over to Germany, and then he came over in the Prem with Liverpool, loved Klopp, and then he stayed here until he knew that he couldn't do it anymore. And then he went to Saudi, and he only stayed in Saudi 1 year. 1 year he stayed. Well, he's still in Saudi, isn't he?
He's still there.
I don't even think he's still in Saudi.
Yeah, I think he's still there.
I swear he's still there though. But I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think he's still there. Yeah.
I know he became a
Yeah, he's in the
pastor.
Pro League. Yeah, he's still in Saudi.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Yeah. But the issue, Barnes, there with the, I guess, the loyalty type conversation is, as much as you want to be loyal, the club doesn't show you the loyalty either. So you got look at Flawless ready to throw away some players, just get them out the club, get rid of them. So the idea that, and this is an idea that we would have had, both of us as clubs had that Ryan Giggs situation. You had Alan Hansen that played for years. You had Carragher that played for years. And that's one in dreams that you like, where you got that young player that came along, had a full career, 10, 15 years, whatever. And yeah, he's the cornerstone of the club for a whole session where you're winning because of him. That's gone now. You're looking at Henry. Henry stayed in the Premiership a lot longer than most people would have thought he would have stayed. Patrick Vieira, the same thing. So when you have foreign players that come into a country to play, just think of it. You move to another country to work for your family, but you live in Barbados. I moved to Canada. I ain't loyal to Canada or the company that in Canada. I loyal to the money that I'm making. And when I read it here saying, you know what, I gotta head back home to my family. So we gotta look at players in the same way. Like,
facts. You're right.
100%.
A 5-year window for a player, right? Is probably the max that you can get for a lot of the players, to be honest. 5 years is, as long as you can get. So
if you look at any league, Pops, in saying that, if you look at any league, the loyalty and longevity of players staying in one team for a long period of time, those are a dime a dozen. No, they don't happen. Period. If you look at the NBA, they know players staying in no team for 15, 20, 25, 20 years. It don't happen. Facts. Players are moving around like they're playing
another generation too.
Musical chairs.
Yeah, it's another generation that we're looking at. So we just gotta get accustomed to what that offers. So for us, this I think this is it though. This is the end of that cycle. So Fabinho's gone, Milner's gone, Henderson's gone, all the players. So now you're looking at the last embers of that, which is, for me, like I said, why I'm thinking that we still got an opportunity to win, because we got the last piece here of that fire that was burning that can win.
Yeah.
And if I can get the other pieces, like I said, just those pieces I added on, the Gravenberches, the McAllisters, Gakpos and Luchos to turn it up a little bit, I think we got enough. But the contracts hanging over our heads is not a good look for us. It's not.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We fast heading into January when these guys can go and have a conversation with whoever they want. I saw Jamrock make a comment earlier, and it's fair that, I mean, obviously Salah is at the twilight of his career as far as we're concerned, generally speaking. So generally speaking, yes.
Okay. But he said,
you're looking
no matter
at
how good that right winger is, they will be behind Salah, and we see how Salah reacts when he doesn't play. Salah is also chasing records from an individual perspective as well.
Not that one. He had one further about the
one further
contract
up. Oh, my
extension.
bad.
Yeah, it was about the contract extension now, but that also makes sense because for a long
Is it
time
this
we've been
one?
carrying just him. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I get why the club is hesitant with not giving Salah a contract if they identify a right winger who's really good. It makes no sense to have Salah because whoever that is, and that's the rest of his comment. To me,
Yeah.
you sign him
So
down. No matter how good that right winger is, they'll be behind Salah. Yeah, so if they're behind, hey, that's why you got a squad. For real.
For me, I'm saying, however good you are, I wanted Elise, to be honest. So like, get Elise. Get Elise,
Elise would've
put him
worked.
next to Mo and say, yeah, there you look. Look at one another. You competing for that spot.
Facts.
Yeah, he's
and
a king.
Elise could play the other
You're
side
prince.
as well.
Dethrone him.
Yeah.
Dethrone him.
Mm-hmm.
And and he could switch over here.
Agreed.
And it gives you an option where then you don't have to play a match through injury, or if somebody got niggle in on him, or just give him an injection or give him some tablets or whatever, and keep playing. You got options.
Yeah, you right. Spot on. Absolutely spot on, without doubt. And you lot continue to run up the likes, subscribe to Beige and Reds TV. The link is in the title, people. The link's in the title. Whenever we get predictions from the man then before we actually leave out Barnes, who will go to you. Obviously, play Leverkusen in the Champions League, as we mentioned. Scoreline prediction for that, Barnes.
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0 Liverpool. Pops, what are you saying?
I think we can see 2-1.
2-1. Okay, first. And staying with
Leverkusen
you,
got quality up front, man. They got quality up front.
First. And staying with you, late kickoff UK rise, 8 p.m. UK time, which is weird on a Saturday, but Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Yeah, but I seen that and I was like, huh? Very strange. So yeah, Villa obviously got battered against Spurs. They now travel to Anfield. Yeah, they got battered in that second half. To be
they got some injuries out of this game too as well. Matty Cash apparently went off injured. Looks like Rogers
had a little niggle too.
Yeah,
he had a little niggle.
I think he was okay though. He looked like he was saying that he was okay. That he wanted to go back on, so he might be alright. He's a good player though. He's a very good player.
Yeah, Rogers is 100%. What you saying, Pops? Liverpool Villa.
3-1. 3-1. Yeah, Ant Dico bigger. 3-1. I'll go Ant Dico. 3-1. Yeah.
3-1. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And big up to Ant as well. You said, you mentioned him when you said underrated United player. Johnson, 100%. Ronnie Johnson, super disrespected. Him and Andy Cole, two most, I would say. What are you saying, Barnes?
Villa 3-1. Yeah, I agree with you. 3-1. I agree.
3-1. Okay. All right. You want to respond to that? It's up to you, Pops.
What's that? You mean Jam Rock? He said I live in fantasy.
Yeah.
You see me reading it.
Yeah, I see you reading it. I see the smile on your face.
All right. It becomes one of them is all right. So if he's your highest paid player, does he have a right to kick up? Yes. But what does kick up mean? What does that mean? I think he's a professional. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he's a professional. And my old school mentality says this is what we used to do in the past. You used to train your replacement and then hand him your boots and walk out the door. Yeah. Well done, young fella. It's now your turn. I got my medals and I heading off. Salah's, to me, not far away from that point in his career. Now, he might think he isn't, but I think he is. To me, he's in the twilight. And I figure within that 2 to 3 year window, that's the opportunity for you to say, well, you know what? You're still there. And in the modern era, we've seen, and again, he might not necessarily be one of the aliens like Messi or like Ronaldo, but you've seen, generally speaking, athletes extend their career, extend their peaks because they're spending money on making sure they stay in proper shape and they eat right and you don't drink. So he lives a clean life, which arguably means he should be able to extend his playing life beyond the average man or even the above average man. So at 35, Salah might still be a good player.
No bread either. He don't eat bread neither.
Yeah. And should that 25-year-old necessarily be ready to take his spot? Is he going to kick up? Well, then that's up to you to say, you know what? I have another year left on your contract. You fussing. Let me look for a place to move you on to then. If you really feel so strongly about it, talk to your agent and head off to wherever you want, head off to then. If you think, that you're bigger than the club and you're not willing to do what we want you to do, all right, well, find a spot. I can't see him sitting on for a year, which is why I want the 3-year extensions. To me, ultimately, you protect your investment. You put the 3-year contracts on them, and then if something were to happen, it leaves you with, I can still recover something.
Protect your investment. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You still get something for them. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And arguably, Salah doesn't owe us anything. Arguably, when you look at it, what we bought him for, what he's done for the length of time he's been there. Again, he's one of them players who's saying, well, can a player actually leave for nothing? Well, yeah, why not? The players have just retired. Yep. I'm at the end of my contract and I'm done. So has he now left for nothing? Yeah, because he's done. Yeah, every player you're not going to recover or recoup money on. You've given him a contract and decided that's it. This is the end for him. I've decided that. At the end of this contract, he's going to retire. Yeah, that's my agreement. Done.
First. But yeah, like, again, make sure you hit the like button, man. Get us up to 100 likes, people, because we're only at 78. It's up to you, Pops, if you want to respond again, that's absolutely fine. But subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Links in the title. Subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Hit that notification bell as well. And if this show is your favorite show, there's a playlist for it in regards to Salah, you mean?
No, your games. You've got
Europa, we play PAOK in the Greek side in the Europa League. Should batter them 4-0. If we don't, I'm looking at them funny. Should beat them 4-0, go up the table. Like, do the business. Like, it's PAOK. Respectfully, they're second in the Greek league. Like, you man should, even on the route, should be able to do the business. Then we play Leicester at home. Will be a tougher game, the Leicester City game, because they'll play a better side, but expecting us to win as well. Probably say like, what's it against Leicester? Because where are we getting our goals from? We go 2-0. Go 2-0 against Leicester. I ain't gonna do
no like, party for Jamie Vardy.
Nah,
no party.
Defensively, I trust us. We just locked down Palmer. Just locked down arguably the best attacker in the league.
I think you batter Leicester, to be honest.
You think we batter Leicester? I just can't see it with these men. Go on, what are you saying?
I think you beat Leicester 4-0.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see us going for against that first team. I can't. I think they'll play better.
Whoa.
I really can't.
You guys are on a high right now with the inter-manager bounce, so your defense hasn't been bad. Even under Ten Hag, your defense wasn't bad. You weren't getting blown out. I mean, you got blown out by us and you got blown out by Tottenham 3-0 and 3-0. But outside of those games, you weren't really giving up big scores.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. That's why I said I trust our defense. That's why I said when Pop said no Vardy, it's like I've trusted us defensively. People just, even this season, people just looked at the Liverpool game and was like, oh, you're bad defensively. And I've been saying the defense ain't that bad. It's just that one game that it was bad. Like, our attack has been our problem and will continue to be our problem, even though it's improved on. Yeah, that's the major issue. But defensively, we're fine today. Like I say, we played Palmer, Jackson, Neto, and yes, they had moments, but for the most part, we kept them quiet. It's one of the best attacks in the league. And we kept it fairly quiet. So it's like, we can do that. So that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, I want 2 wins from these 2 games. And then that will end. And then obviously international break. Then Amorim's in. And then he gets 2 weeks to do what he needs to do. And then Ipswich Town away. 110%. And then,
you got the tractor boys after.
Yeah, man, Ipswich away. And they play good football still. I'm looking forward to that game. I've watched Ipswich this season.
A lot of people don't. That team is scrappy, man. They have not been blown up this season. If they lose a game, it's by 1 goal.
They entertaining to watch. Like, I go out my way, like, with watch-alongs. If there's an Ipswich game on and I got time to watch it, I will select the Ipswich game. Like, I watched them against you lot. I watched them when they played Villa. There was another game I watched them. They played good football. They got that Clark, who's like a Grealish type. And then you got Delap up top. There's another, but they remind me of Luton Town from last season in regards to just entertaining. Like, Luton Town were entertaining to watch. Ipswich, they don't do the typical relegation team team that comes up from the championship, sit back and defend. They go for it. The Brentford game, the end of that was 4-3. It's like, you lot are going for it. Like, you score 3, we'll score 4. I'm with it.
And that Brentford game, they could have equalized, but they hit the post.
They hit the post right at the end.
Right after Brentford scored, they could have equalized and they hit the post. They were that close to equalizing. That would have been a 4-4 game.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, you agree, they're an entertaining team to watch. I mean, Southampton looks horrible to me.
Yeah, Southampton. I think they're one of the sides that are gone. They're done. It might be Wolves might be done as well, but I think Southampton definitely are one. Definitely are. Wolves just struggling. Like, they below Southampton now. They still ain't got a win.
Wolves. I thought they would have kicked on.
Ipswich neither.
Yeah, Ipswich ain't got a win, but Ipswich at least they got the 5 draws, whereas got the 5 points.
5 draws,
Palace
yeah,
could continue to struggle though.
Palace
need to get
could
it
continue
together.
to
Palace to that
struggle.
team.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Palace
Palace
need
only
to,
got
'cause
one
Palace are terrible. I watched them against Wolves and I was like, I'm not watching because Steve was like, "Yo, let's do a Palace watch along just so you can sing the Palace chant." So I'm not doing Palace no more. And they had no Eze as well. That's what made it worse. I didn't realize Eze. If I knew Eze was injured, I would not have done that game. I would not have done. I was like, "Where's Eze?" It's like that's the legit. And Ketia, Mateta, it's like, no, these mans are not there. The Adam Wharton hype died a horrible death. I'm telling me about Adam Wharton.
100
People act
million.
like they don't know him. All right, you know what I'm saying? People need to relax with all that joking.
So here's a question to both of you guys. Who do you think is the next manager to get sacked in the Prem?
Gotta be Lopetegui. They can't continue.
I think he's in the running, and I think he's a thoroughbred ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
He is horrible. West Ham should not. They made the biggest mistake get rid of Moyes.
I think getting rid of Moyes on it's just that they replaced him with Lopetegui. He's been woeful because when you look at their team, they got players.
They should have kept Moyes then.
When you got Bowen and Kudus and Paqueta, that's a good like trio to utilize.
Yeah,
and then you had Antonio in that, and then you got Tadibo there. It's like, why do you look the way you do? Like, you got serviceable players, and you look the way you do. So it's kind of like, you just need a better manager. But I think he'll be them. But shout out to West Ham, because they got 10 sacked. So big up West Ham, doing the Lord's work. Shout out West Ham, man. Never liked the Irons before, but I got love for you, lot.
They turned up for you
sacked,
guys
man.
to get him sacked.
That's what it is, man. Shout out to Watford. They got Ollie sacked, did what needed to be done. And you know what?
No, Liverpool got Ollie
did the
sacked.
same. Nah, he kept his job. You lot stepped off of us. When it was 5, it should have been 10.
Yeah.
He kept the job.
Yeah. We backed it off.
You lot backed off. How you lot 5-0 up and didn't, you know what I'm saying, go for 10? I said this. I was like, they should have finished the job. And you didn't. It was 5 and you lot let it slide. So Watford, I remember it was 2-0. Then I think Donny van der Beek scored at their place. And then they scored 2 more goals and then he got sacked that game. I was like,
yes, you're right.
I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yo, shout out to Watford doing what needed to be done. But hey, we'll move. We move. Man United is a 2 to 3 year rebuild. One is Xio Highland is going, and if nobody buys Gyökeres by January, he's going to United. Possibly Inacio comes in to replace Martinez. Oh yeah, United's definitely a 2 to 3 year rebuild. But I don't do processes, I do progress. And that progress must equal goals and equal Manchester United. None of this Arsenal stuff. None of this challenge. There's no trophy for challenging. Manchester United I've seen win a lot of trophies in my lifetime. And there's no challenging trophy. I've seen Manchester United finish second a hell of a lot of times in the Premier League. We didn't get no trophy for it. I've seen us come runners-up in Champions League finals, FA Cup finals, lose semi-finals in both those competitions. Nah, none of that. Progress. That's what I'm looking for. You can pick up trophies along the way of rebuilding. That's how I'm looking at it. And Amorim got a step there. Amorim, let's see. Let's see how good you are. Yeah, man, no trust there. Yeah, Jez. None of this no trust the process. I trust progress. That's what I'm on. This process, the progress. And the progress is towards goals, achievements. None of this second play. Oh, you would love to challenge and not win. Nah, I'm good. But maybe I'm just built different. You know.
So we talked about your squad. We talked about our squad. Now let me let the cat out the bag.
Go on.
How about that Arsenal? How about them Gunners? You got back again tomorrow.
He's 6 points off of them, you know. As bad as you are, he's only 6 points.
Hey, only 6 points, I know. And they travel to Chelsea.
And they go to Chelsea next.
And they got Inter Milan in the Champions League, you know.
And they got Inter Milan.
Just
I see Troops already said the league's done. He's already conceded. The league's done.
It's over.
Jesus.
It's over.
It's over.
First week
he
in
want
November.
Arteta out. He want Arteta sacked.
Gone.
Arteta is not a good manager. I'm sorry. He's decent, but he's not the levels to win no league. He's not. If you spent that amount of money and you still have not win a single trophy over the last 4 years, you got to start looking at the manager. He's got everything he wanted. Everything. Mm-hmm. And you just keep buying the same players to fill the same position. You just stockpiling in one position and not addressing your most important position. Scoring goals, striking.
Facts.
You're just avoiding it. Why?
They got clinical, you know what I'm saying? Clinical, but we need a striker, Kai Havertz. You know what I'm saying? They got him up top. I was told he's the guy, the glue, the key.
Since Aubameyang, you haven't done it.
They haven't done it.
Left. Yeah.
The definition is insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. And Henry Ten Hag, Arteta has done the same thing over and over again every transfer window for the last few years. He's insane. No wonder he's run up and down the box and up on the side of the pitch like a wild man, because he's literally insane.
He is insane. That's facts. It's facts. 100%. Without
He ain't no different than a silverback gorilla in the Congo.
He better win something.
The only thing he don't do is beat the chest with the arms.
Nah, he needs to win something this year, though.
He got to win something flawless. I can see why they be anywhere they are.
Nah, he's won the, you know what I'm saying, the heart of the fans. That's what he's won. You know what I'm saying?
He
got that club back.
Did he win the Community Shield? Did they win the Community? They did win the Community Shield,
I think they did. I think they did. The Community Shield, there we go. And the hearts of the fans. They might have in 5th currently. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
They might have in 5th. Behind Chelsea. Behind Nottingham Forest.
Chelsea. And
behind Nottingham Forest. Literally on this level on points with Villa. Only 2 points above Spurs. And Ange needs to be sacked.
They should have been in 6th because Villa should have done their job to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could happen if Chelsea beat them and then Villa win, or Villa get a draw, Spurs win, Brighton win. They could drop to 7th, 8th. Could be level on points with Bournemouth, Newcastle. It's looking a bit spooky for them. It's looking a bit spooky for them. For the
Arsenal. That will make the international break an interesting one for them. All them going and hiding, man.
And then they come back and they play Forest at home on the 23rd. That's their game after the international break.
So it's not even going to be easier for you.
Forest
you got to play that stingy defense in Forest.
And then it could be, and then it's Sporting away, and then that's Inter Milan away, then Sporting away in the Champions League. So they could potentially drop out the top 8. Then West Ham away. Hopefully West Ham have sacked Lopetegui by then. I'm hoping so. But then they got that new manager bounce. We need West Ham to just sack him just before that. Can angle this. Then Manchester United roll into town. Then Fulham away. We know what happened last time they went to Fulham away. We all know what happened there.
I didn't watch along for that one.
We all know what happened there. Hey, I'm just saying, they Arsenal, man.
Let's look at the trade places, man. I realize it. I see how you doing, man. Look at the trade places. Let me get
100%, man. It's great. I told troops and all these Arsenal fans what would happen. Oh, you hating, you're a United fan. I bet. Okay, sure. And I told troops this. When you are Arteta out, I will be here. I will be here. And look at you, Arteta out. And I rang him and he hung up on me. Outrageous.
I know. Everyone
else got like a minute 30. Man hung up on me straight up. I didn't even talk about the game. I was just like, yo, you're Arteta out. What happened? What happened that you turned Arteta out? Because you were telling me 2 weeks ago, league titles, Champions League. All right. Okay. Shout out to Troops.
Your podcast tomorrow is going to be, I can't.
Yeah, it's going to be sensational. You know, Mont's going to be on smoke. Me and Lewis Drew. So I was like, all right, it's all eyes on him. He's like, all right, would you Arteta out? Like, let's go there.
You have to make sure, though, he's in the bottom of the row.
Screen. Yeah, they'll make sure.
Bottom row.
Yeah, I'll make sure he's bottom row. 110% without doubt. It's gonna be great. Take your time with it. Oh, he did that this season as well. Kind of all went downhill from there, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was that. If I check, let me actually check their results. I swear it was that. Let me have a look. Yeah, because they drew against City. Then they beat Leicester, they beat Southampton, but then they lost to Bournemouth, drew against you lot, lost to Newcastle. Damn. Fuck.
What did they say? You remember our conversation in the first Barbados edition that we did? What they said about Arsenal?
Yeah,
the next coming games. You remember what I said, right?
Yeah. You said they were going to be tough. You did say, yeah, you see them.
And I told you were going to lose some games here and there. And you were like, nah, I can't see it.
Yeah. I'm even looking now, even in the Champions League, they're in 9th currently. And they play Sporting and Inter with the 2 teams above them. So if Inter, obviously it's Amorim won't be there when they play Sporting, but still. Right, they could be in the, like 15th, 16th in the Champions League. I need that. Hey, run that back. You're not proving my point. We are 15th. So I need them 15th in the Champions League, yo. I need them 15th in the Champions League. You got
the clip ready.
Yeah. I got the clip ready, of course. You already know. Got the clip ready. We are 15th. We are 50. Yo, that's what it is. We are closer to the bottom than the top. Yo, I need that, yo. I need that we are 50. Because they're ninth now. And like I said, if Inter beat them, which they could, or even draw and Sporting draw, and teams above them win, because like, I'm looking at they're on 7 points now. Girona were at 24 for only 4 points behind them. So that's 2 game weeks. So they could really held down. I just need them outside the top 8. Like they'll finish inside the top 24, but I need them 15th, Warrior J. I need them 15th. Just because. Oh, this is great. This is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen. They gonna be, I'm telling you, they going to be 15th. I'm telling you right now, people.
I've got no love for them. None. Zero. Long may it continue, man. I get it. And again, it's the Arsenal fan base. They love throwing shade at people and talking a whole bunch of rubbish that turned me dark ops on them for the last few years. And I can keep it. Gunali, I want my bottles of rum at the end of the year.
Oh, did you put a bottle of rum on it? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Two bottles.
What was it? What rum was it?
Oh, he I tell him which one I get because he's at the end of the season. So when I give him the name,
all right,
he's gonna make sure that he get the bottles and get it to me. But the bet was who finishing above who. And I told him Liverpool finishing above Arsenal.
Damn. Hey man, this Arsenal thing about to be sensational.
But he said that he predicted us to win the title. So how he bet you that you can finish above? That's interesting.
Right?
Anyhow.
It just shows how his mind is think. He forget, but don't. I got elephant brain. I don't forget. I'm ready to cook them.
I'm ready. I didn't realize how bad. Like I just checked because I thought they were higher in the Champions League for some reason, but now I've seen that and they're running. Oh yeah. This is gonna be sensational, man. Hey Arsenal. Hey. This is gonna be sensational. Oh,
it's gonna be fun.
And they play on Wednesday.
We gotta be careful with City too as well, Flawless, because their players dropping like flies. Stones apparently out. Diaz out now too. Ruben Diaz went down with an injury. They can be playing a whole bunch of youngsters.
See, it could be peak. Maybe it is your year.
Football's a funny thing, man. It just has to go right for you. It's crazy. I never take City out of the equation though, because City's City.
City got that bald-headed demon in charge.
Yeah.
So you could always put something together. That's why I don't badmouth him. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of him. I never badmouthed him ever because they are capable of going on a run.
100%.
And that's why when people badmouth him, I'm like, yo, don't go and irritate him. Right? And people always go and do them things. Don't
15 in a row easy, so leave him.
Yes.
Just leave him.
Don't make him, like I'm saying, don't make him mad. Because he be paying attention. This is why he's mentioned stuff like Pep Guardiola. This is why he said stuff like, oh, we're bad without Rodri and FC. He pays attention to the criticism.
Yep.
Mad scientists, leave him alone, man.
Yeah, you gotta leave Pep alone. You gotta actually be that far ahead that he'd be like, yeah, I ain't even waste my like what Liverpool did with them when we won the league. We had so big of a lead that he was like, I ain't even trying to catch these, man.
Yeah, that's it. Like he ain't with that. But we'll see. But we will be here, people. If this is your favorite show on the channel, there is a playlist for it, people. So make sure you just click the playlist and the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with Pops and Barnes, Beijing Reds TV. Link is in the title, people. Link's in the title. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button.
From 100.
Yeah, man. Girls to 100 people. And don't forget, this show is available on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. people. Big up to all the audio listeners as well. Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
All good, man. Big up to you as usual. It's good to see you smiling, man. Listen, I can see the shamelessness back in you, like. Yeah. I can see it, man. 15.
I'm just happy, man. I'm just
I need
free.
them 15. I need them 15.
I need them 15. Because he was talking rubbish to me about, when you lot are 15th, you see that fan cam of mine you love so much, that's going to be you. And I was ready to post it if we were 15th. I was ready to post it and be like, this is me. Well, if they 15th in the Champions League, oh, yeah. You're not proving my point. We are 15th. If I do Zav, I'd reenact it 110%. I would reenact it. I might even do that, people. I might find someone to do it. I'm not going to lie, man. Tell my niece to hold the microphone and just be like, just grab the microphone. We are 15th. I swear on my life, yo. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out something. You're not proving my point. We are 15th.
Bodie, you might have a point. I think it can be close. I think 90 is his spot, though. I think 90 wins you the league this year.
But 89, 90. That's what I would say. But yeah,
But it
anything
could
you
be
want to
less.
anything you want to add, Barnes, and let them know what you got coming up on Beijing Reds TV over the next week.
Yeah, we got our week 10 review tomorrow night, and then reaction show. We're not doing the Champions League watch along on Tuesday. I think is when we playing the Champions League.
Your game's Tuesday.
So Tuesday night we're gonna do the reaction show, and then we got the preview for the weekend probably on Friday, and then we got watch along Saturday and reaction show Saturday as well. So, and then we back again here next week for the Barbados edition on Sarcasm City TV.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, you lot are Tuesday. I was just checking. Yeah, I'm watching Real Madrid Milan. So people,
I can't even do this no more.
Yeah, but now you can do that. You know what I'm saying? He drove out, man. To his next club.
You gotta do it like this. You gotta wave goodbye.
Yeah. You can wave goodbye, man. You can wave goodbye. It is. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Facts.
That's where I'm at with it.
Facts.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Expedite is great. Beautiful settings. BEA, beautiful settings, man. First 10 Hagless United Liverpool podcast Barbados edition. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But love to everyone that's locked in. We're back today. I would say now if you're in the UK, obviously tomorrow if you're in a different time zone. Talk your ish. I know I didn't do one last week, but that's because Ten Hag was sacked. So that's why there was no, but we're back, fan call-in show. And that's open for anybody to call in. So it doesn't matter if you're a United fan, Liverpool fan, doesn't matter where you calling in from, feel free to call in. That's open. Talk your ish. That's 4:30 p.m. UK time. And then I'll probably do the Fulham Brentford game on the playback as well. No NBA because the games are dry tomorrow, people. That's why I didn't do no games yesterday or tonight because the games are no good. But yeah, get over to the Sarcasm City TV playback as well. Alam's live. He's doing NFL watch along, so we're going to redirect to my guy Alam on In Motion Football. But love to everyone that's locked in. Again, subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Links in the title. This has been the Man United Liverpool podcast. Man United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shame about the yes.